Imagine a battlefield where every second decides between life and death, where the bravest of souls face the darkest of evils. This isn't a scene from a blockbuster movie or a gripping novel. It's a grim reality for many who have served and continue to serve in the military. Standing on the edge of danger and uncertainty, these individuals exemplify bravery in its purest form. In the throbbing heart of this battlefield, we find individuals like Rob Guzzo. A Navy SEAL, Guzzo was part of a brotherhood forged in the fires of adversity and the crucible of combat. In 2006 he found himself deployed to Iraq, a land gripped by conflict and cloaked in chaos. The intensity of combat is something few can truly comprehend. It's not just about the noise of gunfire or the threat of an unseen enemy. It's about the raw courage it takes to step into an unknown situation, knowing that each step could be your last. It's about the mental fortitude to make split-second decisions that could mean life or death for you or your comrades. Rob Guzzo was no stranger to this intensity. As a Navy SEAL, he was trained to operate in the most high-pressure situations imaginable. But nothing can truly prepare you for the reality of combat. The adrenaline, the fear, the responsibility, it all combines into a storm of intensity that leaves a lasting impact on those brave enough to weather it. Guzzo and his platoon faced an enemy as relentless as they were ruthless. Every day brought new challenges, new dangers, and new opportunities for these brave men to demonstrate their unwavering courage and commitment to their mission. They were facing the darkest of evils, but they did so with a bravery that is nothing short of awe-inspiring. But even the bravest warriors carry the burden of their battles. The intensity of combat leaves scars, some visible, but many more hidden beneath the surface. This was the reality for Rob Guzzo, a Navy SEAL who faced such intense combat and came back with scars unseen. Rob Guzzo, a man of immense courage, was not just a soldier but a warrior in the truest sense. Our story begins in the year 2006. Guzzo, a Navy SEAL, was living the reality of his dreams. The rigorous training, the tough conditioning, all led him to the forefront of the battlefield in Iraq. His journey was not an easy one, it was fraught with challenges, but Guzzo was not one to back down. He faced each trial head-on, with the same grit and determination that made him a SEAL. His fellow soldiers, who were privileged to serve alongside him, often speak of Guzzo's bravery. He was a beacon of hope, a pillar of strength in the face of an evil enemy. Staff Sergeant David, who served with Guzzo, recalls, "Guzzo was the kind of leader who led from the front. He was always the first one in and the last one out." Guzzo's leadership was not limited to the battlefield. His ability to inspire and motivate his team was unparalleled. Private Johnson, another member of Guzzo's unit, shares, "Rob was more than just a commander to us, he was a friend, a brother. He was always there for us in good times and bad." His experiences in Iraq were intense and harrowing. The combat he faced was unlike anything he had ever experienced. The evil that he saw, the evil that he fought, left a lasting impact. But Guzzo, the warrior that he was, never backed down. He faced the enemy with unwavering courage and unyielding resolve. Yet even the bravest warriors bear scars, some visible, some hidden deep within. Guzzo's story is a testament to the harsh realities of war. It is a story of a man who faced the enemy, who fought with valor, who led with courage. But it is also a story of the heavy toll that war can take. Guzzo's story is one of valor, but also a tale of the heavy toll war takes on the bravest. The battlefield leaves scars, some visible, others hidden deep within the warrior's soul. As we delve deeper into the story of Navy SEAL Rob Guzzo, we find that the most profound scars he bore were not from bullets or shrapnel. Instead, they were unseen wounds that lay deep inside his psyche, invisible to the naked eye but as real as any physical injury. This is a tale of a soldier's internal battle, a fight against an enemy that never retreats nor surrenders. Post-traumatic stress disorder, commonly known as PTSD. When Guzzo returned from the war-torn landscapes of Iraq in 2006, he carried with him not just the memories of combat, but also the haunting echoes of its aftermath. The world he came back to was no longer the same, and neither was he. The battlefield had followed him home, casting long, dark shadows across his daily life. Family and friends noticed a change in Guzzo. Once a vibrant, full-of-life character, he now seemed distant, often lost in thought. His mother recalls, "Rob was always a happy child, he loved life, but after his deployment there was a sadness in his eyes that wasn't there before." PTSD, a mental health condition triggered by witnessing or experiencing a terrifying event, is a persistent and significant issue among veterans. For Guzzo, The intense combat he experienced in Iraq had left him with this unseen, yet deeply felt scar. His father, himself a veteran, noticed how Rob struggled with sleep, often jolted awake by nightmares. His days were filled with anxiety, and his nights with terror. His battle with PTSD became a silent war, a struggle he bore alone, long after his platoon had returned home and the guns had fallen silent. As we reflect on Guzzo's story, we're reminded of the countless warriors who carry these unseen scars. Their battles don't end when the war does. They continue day by day, night by night. Guzzo's battle with PTSD was a fight he carried on long after the guns fell silent. The war might have ended for many, but for Guzzo, the struggle continued in his mind every single day. Rob Guzzo, like many veterans, returned home from Iraq with more than just physical scars. He carried with him an unseen weight, a mental and emotional burden known as post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. This formidable adversary didn't show up on the battlefield. Instead, it stealthily crept into his everyday life, shadowing his every move and challenging his ability to live a normal life. Imagine being trapped in a constant replay of your worst nightmares. Imagine waking up in cold sweat, tormented by flashbacks of events you wish you could forget, but can't. That was Guzzo's reality. His mind was a battlefield, and he was in a relentless fight against his own memories. Guzzo's PTSD wasn't a private war. It spilled over, affecting those closest to him. Relationships strained under the pressure. His loved ones watched helplessly as Guzzo wrestled with an enemy they couldn't see or understand. His personal life became a collateral damage in a war that was supposed to be over. Yet in the face of these daunting struggles, Guzzo showed the same courage and resilience that he did on the battlefield. He sought help. He spoke openly about his struggles, shedding light on the silent battle many veterans fight every day. He became a voice for those who, like him, were fighting their own personal wars, long after their military service had ended. But PTSD is a tenacious enemy. It clings on, unyielding and relentless. And for Guzzo, it was a battle that would last a lifetime. Guzzo's tale is a stark reminder of the struggles our brave warriors face even after they return home. They may leave the battlefield, but the war continues within them. And it's a war we must not ignore. As we honor their bravery and sacrifice, let's also acknowledge the unseen battles they fight each day and lend our support in their ongoing struggle. The bravest of us bear the deepest wounds, wounds that are unseen and often unspoken. Such is the case of our veterans, the heroes who have risked their lives to protect our freedoms and way of life. They return from the battlefield carrying more than just physical scars. They carry with them the burden of experiences that can be difficult to comprehend, let alone heal from. They grapple with mental health issues like post-traumatic stress disorder, often referred to as PTSD, a condition that Rob Guzzo, a Navy SEAL we've been discussing, faced after his deployment in Iraq in 2006. Supporting our veterans is not just a duty, it's an honor. It's a way of saying thank you for their service and sacrifice, but it's also more than that. It's about acknowledging the invisible battles they continue to fight long after they've left the battlefield. It's about understanding their struggles and helping them heal from the unseen wounds of war. There are many resources available for veterans and their families. Organizations like the Veterans Health Administration, the National Center for PTSD, and Operation Homefront provide critical support to veterans, offering everything from medical and psychological care to financial assistance and housing solutions. These resources can make an incredible difference in the lives of our veterans. But they can only do so much. They need our help, our understanding, and our compassion. We need to be there for our veterans, to listen to their stories, to offer our support in whatever way we can. We can begin by educating ourselves about PTSD and other mental health issues that veterans face. We can volunteer our time, donate to causes that support veterans, or simply reach out to a veteran in our community and let them know we're there for them. In honor of warriors like Guzzo, let's extend our support to our veterans, understanding their struggles and helping them heal from the unseen wounds of war.